does Jerry look to you after those comments?
Look, it's hard to make that, to defend him on that as far as talking about domestic violence. That's a tough one, Molly. It really is. I know Jerry's heart. I know he's forever optimistic. I know what he's done in the community, but to make those comments and talk about domestic violence, I think he should have stayed clear away from that. On the Ezekiel Elliott side, I think he's doing exactly what every other owner would do, and that's basically support his player. We're talking about a top 10 player based off of Zeke's performance last year. So what is Jerry going to do? Of course he's going to try to protect his product in Ezekiel Elliott. And he knows one thing about the running back position, especially with the Cowboys, it's about production. And that's what he wants. He wants his best player, one of the best players in the league. He wants him back on the field. So, of course, he's going to be in defense of him. But to make the comments that he made about domestic violence, I can't protect that. I will not defend that part of it.
It can't be defended. It's indefensible. And the reason why is because he used the words, no evidence here. Really?
Yeah.
There's a 160-page report by a commissioner you've endorsed up until he made this particular decision. You've supported the man for years. He conducts an investigation. And in the report, I'm going to remind everybody, because whether he's innocent or guilty, meaning Ezekiel Elliott, I completely support the 160-game suspension, and here is why. July 17th, July 19th, July 21st. There are 5 separate incidences over the course of those 3 specific days. If it's one incident and you're categorically denying it, that's different. How the hell you find yourself in the other 4 situations? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at that particular moment in time, you sit up there and say, look, if for no other reason than the league specifically emphasizing this ain't about the law, because the court of law, didn't exonerate you, but it said they couldn't find consistent information from the accused, the alleged victim. Fair enough. They didn't arrest you. They didn't prosecute you in Columbus, Ohio, where you happen to be the star running back for the Ohio State Buckeyes, okay? So the NFL said, we don't have that issue. We can take a more a nationalistic or globalistic approach, put it whatever way you want it, okay? This is our league. It's a multi-billion-dollar establishment. You saw what we went through with Ray Rice. You didn't know that. You saw what we went through with Greg Hardy, who was on this team.
Yeah.
You didn't know that. You saw what happened with Ray McDonald. You're not an idiot. You're a relatively intelligent individual, Ezekiel Elliott. And oh, by the way, you're just months removed from getting drafted by this team. This is not something that happened when you were a college student at Ohio State. You were a member of the Cowboys who just had Greg Hardy, and you still found yourself into this situation. And then what makes it even more incriminating is that in the report, they highlighted inconsistencies on the part of the alleged victim. They said, oh, she talked about ruining your life or ruining your career, or how she may have lied about this or that or tried to embezzle money from you, and still found you worthy of a 6-game suspension. Despite all of that, you're Jerry Jones, and your response is no evidence here. Really?
And he knows domestic violence.
It's like, come on now. And not only that, again, he's been supportive of it from the standpoint that his daughter has been involved, been, instrumental in addressing those issues, etc. You can sit up there and talk about second chances. You can sit up there and talk about, well, I don't know if it should have been 6 games. But to use the words, no evidence here, you basically, displayed such a nonchalant attitude towards it all. You're basically saying he don't deserve anything at all, and that's ridiculous.